It's been years since it all went down. This city is in rubble. There were scary monsters and people we had to help along the way. But I was determined. And finally, when almost all hope was lost, I found it. The perfect ingredient for my Last of Us sirloin tips au poivre.
Well, we found a safe place to make this dish, which just so happens to be one of my all-time favorites. So there's no time like the present. Let's get cooking. So au poivre is a classic French dish that's almost always made the same way. Today we're using sirloin tips, which is a very inexpensive, great alternative cut to the common filet mignon. So we'll go in with a little bit of olive oil, and I've got these stunning little sirloin tips. They are gorgeous. They have just enough marbling that they're gonna render down, and you can hear that sizzle. That's what we're looking for. Get those in there, spread them out nice and even so that they start to brown. While those are sizzling, we're gonna, of course, season them. Red meat can hold a generous amount of salt. Using kosher salt, as we always do. And now, au poivre means of the pepper. So we're gonna roll pretty hard here with black pepper. More than you would typically add. And I'm gonna go with some fresh thyme. We absolutely cook with fresh herbs almost all the time here. Stir those up, beautiful brown. You guys hear that? I think they're getting hungry. Mix those up, and then again, let them brown on all sides. Now, thanks to that hard sear, these tips are about medium rare to medium, which is exactly where we want them. We're gonna get them out of the pan. Put them on something, put them aside, while we go ahead and make our au poivre sauce. So we want all that caramelization in the pan. That is good stuff. That is a massive amount of flavor. We're gonna go in with just a little more olive oil and some shallots. Kind of a large dice for shallots here. And obviously season as we go. A little salt, a little pepper. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of brandy. That's gonna add a great amount of flavor. It's gonna reduce down, sweeten up, but what's great about it is that once you go in with that, it's gonna deglaze the pan. And that's what gets all that flavor off the pan and into the sauce. Let that reduce down, cook out all that alcohol, and then you're left with this beautiful little sweet reduction. Now we're gonna go in with some beef stock. And I've actually taken this beef stock and I've reduced it down. So reduction is huge. You hear me use that word a lot. It really is important for the viscosity and the body of a sauce. Okay, you can see how thick and rich that is. We're gonna go in with heavy cream, make it even thicker and even richer. And since we're in for a penny, we might as well go in for a pound. Let's go in with a little bit of butter. Let's let that melt. Let's go in with some kosher salt. Hit it with some more cracked black pepper. Lower our heat, because at this point, we don't want the sauce to cook out. It's gonna get too thick. Now we gotta put it all together. Let's put our steak tips back. You can see they've been resting. A little bit of natural runoff there is great. Get a little bit extra liquid, but there's almost too much liquid. So luckily, we have our magic ingredient today, and that's our shiitake mushrooms. We're gonna go in with those, which I pre-roasted. Brings out a lot of flavor. Let's go in with some fresh herbs. I've got some chopped parsley. Going with a little bit more of that fresh thyme. Stir it up. And there, my friends, are our sirloin tips au poivre. Oh boy. Man, it's getting rough here, guys. But you know what? At least we're gonna eat well. Till we meet again, you all keep on cooking. If we do meet again.